You might be wondering if you should be coining any of the Carnival units on the Legendary Summon Carnival. Let's go ahead and get the ones out of the way that I think you shouldn't. Future Gohan is unfortunately just not as good as he should be compared to a lot of the units now, so I do think that he is quite easily a skip. Physical Zamasu, meh, obviously sucks. Infusion Zamasu can possibly get an easy A in part 2 or part 3, so I would wait for him. The only reason why I would say probably not, even if he does have a really good easy A, is that he just doesn't have, again, like I keep saying this point, but he doesn't have like an updated leader skill, and 4 key is not going to really help you out in a lot of situations. Even if this was bumped up to like 180%, this still would not be a good leader skill at all, and that's if they even bump it up to 180%. So like when there's better units to coin, I don't think any of those 3 options, we can also include Rebrand and Zamasu too, none of these options are worth it. Physical Gogeta has also aged out, I would say, to the point where it's just not worth it to coin this unit either. On top of that, his leader skill, which was his best thing, is also just outdated as well. So it's just like I feel like I'm running this guy less and less as time goes on, and I think that it's just like a thing of just, you know, it's just his age showing, unfortunately. Tech Broly could be a decent option to pick up if you don't already have him. He did just get his battle motions, which is also pretty cool as well, but he does help out the Extreme Team a lot, giving the 2 key and 60% support for 1 turn, getting the 90% damage reduction for 1 turn as well as the first attacker, or as the second or third attacker. He also gives Extreme Class allies critical hit support as well, so he is actually a really good unit to just kind of float off on his turn 1, hit to delay his active skill. If you are going into something like a red zone type stage, you want to hold on to his damage reduction as much as possible. That is definitely one of the things you can do, which will give you the extra critical hit support, of course. Sorry, my leg just started cramping out of nowhere. But like I was saying, he is like a pretty decent unit even now. Again though, just something that I keep kind of repeating, if you don't have these brand new leader skills, I would definitely just recommend getting those instead, like Go Frieza, like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Not saying you should coin either of them, we're going to go into the reason why you shouldn't, but you would want to get, I would recommend getting units like that instead, leader skill wise, right? But that doesn't mean that he's bad in any way. Even as the legendary Super Saiyan, this guy is still tanking quite literally almost everything in the game. Having the 76% damage reduction, having the guarding as well, just so much stuff that this character does. It's just like actually insane, the amount of things that they gave this guy when pre-transformation. After you transform, he is just an unstoppable tank for those first 3 turns. Once his damage reduction does go away though, I feel like this character does fall off quite a bit. Losing his 26% is just in crazy fall off. But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily bad defensively. He still has his 50% damage reduction, he still has his guard. It's just that he won't be eating those supers as well as you would want him to be. Then we have the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, who sucks. Like, even with the updated leader skill on this character, he's just not someone that I can really recommend you get. Like, I wanted to like this guy, and I defended him a lot on his release just because of the fact that he got so much damage reduction for every single attack that he's done. He gets an insane amount if you're able to perform 6 super attacks before turn 6 is over, right? So as long as you're getting what is it, like 2 to 3 super attacks every single time this guy's appearing, there's this one turn where he is just taking literally 0 damage because he has 60% damage reduction from the 30% here, the 30% here, and that's not even counting the damage reduction for every single attack he performs. So if you do get lucky with the rainbow key spheres, and you do get lucky with being able to get as much key spheres as possible with this, and you do get 10 key spheres, this guy can look pretty insane. But 10 key spheres, he needs 10. So when there's other people who perform much better for much less, it's really hard to like say anything good about him. Then we have Go Frieza, who honestly, he's been getting a lot of buffs in terms of his actual category, which is Battle of Fate. We literally just had the new Super Saiyan Blues on it. We have Rose. We had the physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who was added in part 2. We obviously had Go Frieza. We have Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Like, all of these characters are all newer characters, so he's not a bad pickup option for sure, leader skill wise. The main issue with this guy is just that his first turn kind of sucks, like a lot. Then when you can float this guy off, have it where you transform, or not transform, but swap into Goku, it's just like an actual like bottom 10 LR to like a top 10 LR. Being able to guard all attacks, having it where you are getting 59% damage reduction on top of that with a rainbow key sphere, getting attack effective against all types as well, getting more defense if your HP is lower, and on top of that, you launch an additional super attack if your HP is higher than 77%, which will allow you to go ahead and stack on your 12 key. Again, this is the reason why I kind of hate Dokkan info a little bit. It's because the 18 key makes it seem like it stacks 2. It does not stack 2. You only get this for 1 turn, but this is a permanent stack on the 12 key. So you are able to get more defense as well as just a permanent 50% attack boost as well. That being said, he doesn't like do like insane damage, so just keep that in mind. Even with the attack raises, you can focus on this guy as much as you want. It's not going to do too much, but the active skill also does come in handy as well. Frieza's handout giving the physical key spheres as well as the HP and attack boost for 1 turn, while the Frieza portion, if you do go ahead and swap over to that, all of your attacks will become critical hits, could give you that little extra boost in damage that you might need. And then you could always just swap back to Goku and get those guaranteed crits still for the turn. Again though, I probably will say to hold off on coining even Go Frieza, just because of the fact that he is not as good as Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And I think that you should save your coins for somebody like him, especially when we know that there's going to be a Giant Ape power unit in part 2 with either Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, if it's just like, you know, Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku versus Omega Shenron, which I don't think is going to actually happen, but I'm going to be making up that idea anyways. Or if it's a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Obviously it is going to be a GT celebration for part 2, because again, we know it's an Omega Shenron as a Dokkan Fest. Super Saiyan 4 Goku can see a lot of value, not only with the brand new Carnival unit coming out, but in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta possibly getting an EZA, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta possibly getting a Super EZA, as well as the Omega Shenron, which would make sense from what we've seen in part 1 with the physical Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, as well as the AGL Rose. If they want to go ahead and do another Super EZA batch, that could be the next possible candidate. We don't know if somebody like STR Super Saiyan 3 Great Ape Goku could get an EZA. We just got the EZAs for physical Super Saiyan Duo, or the physical Super Saiyan Goku, and then the Super Saiyan Vegeta. We obviously have the physical Super Saiyan 4s, who are really, really dominant even now. Like, there is so much stuff here. Oh yeah, and then the Tech Great Ape Vegeta as well. There is so much good stuff here, and there's good stuff that could possibly be coming as well, that it feels like we are truly just 1 or 2. Oh yeah, and then the other things as well as the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. But there's so much good options that could drop, and that it kind of feels like we're just like one puzzle piece away from having this be a competent team. So I would wait for part 2, wait to see how those units look, wait to see how much better is AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku after that time period, because there is really a good possibility that this is going to be the pickup option you want to be getting if you don't already have him. So probably just skip part 1. But anyways, that is all the time we're going to spend on this one. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. See you guys in the next one. Peace.